Welcome. Today we're talking about how the smartest companies are completely flipping the script on IT incident management. You see, this isn't just about fixing broken tech anymore. Nope. It's about turning those disruptions into a chance to show the world just how good you really are. So let's kick things off with a question every single leader should be asking themselves. Right now, is your IT team just running around fighting fires? Or are they strategically building a fortress? And believe me, the difference isn't just words. It defines your entire strategy and honestly, your ability to grow. And this quote, it just nails the massive mindset shift that's happening. The whole conversation in the boardroom has changed. It's not about trying to prevent every little thing from going wrong. It's about responding so incredibly well that you actually build more trust because something went wrong, not in spite of it.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to reframe how we even think about incidents. Then we'll get super clear on our definitions. This is so important. After that, we dive into the practical 5-step playbook. We'll also take a little peek into the future, and then we'll wrap it all up by showing you how this becomes a real competitive weapon for your business.
Okay, first up, let's dig into why this is no longer just some IT issue. This is a top-level C-suite priority. The business value here is absolutely massive. And you know what? The numbers really back that up.
And wow, these numbers really tell the story, don't they? We are not talking about small improvements here. Gartner says that by investing in this kind of resilience, you can cut your recovery time in half. And KPMG found that modernizing these processes can slash your operational costs by 30%. I mean, those are the kinds of stats that make everyone in the boardroom sit up and pay attention. And here's the real bottom line. Resilience isn't just a defensive move, it's a business accelerator. Think about it. When your leadership team knows with total confidence that you can handle anything thrown your way, it gives them the green light to take bigger risks, to be more aggressive, to chase real growth. It's freedom to innovate.
All right, let's move on. Before we can even begin to manage incidents effectively, we have to be crystal clear about what we're even talking about. Now, this might seem a little basic, but trust me, getting these definitions right is the absolute bedrock for everything that follows. Seriously, getting this right is non-negotiable. An incident is a fire. Something is broken and it needs to be put out right now. Problem management, that's the investigation after the fire is out. It's figuring out how it started so it never happens again. And a service request is just routine stuff, like a password reset. So why does this matter so much? Because if your best people are tied up resetting passwords when a real fire breaks out, you've already lost. Okay, now for the how-to. We're going to walk through the 5-step playbook, and it's based on the ITIL framework. If you're not familiar, ITIL is basically the gold standard for IT service management. It's a proven set of best practices that gives you a roadmap for repeatable success. So here they are, the 5 steps. We identify and log it, we categorize it, we prioritize it, we respond and resolve it, and finally, we close it and review what happened. Simple enough, right? Okay, let's break each one down. Step 1, identification and logging. The second an incident happens, that clock starts ticking. The goal here is pure speed and accuracy. You need a single source of truth, and you need it instantly. This is where AI is an absolute game changer. Automating that initial data capture, what broke, who's affected, what's the business impact, it shaves critical minutes off your response and gets rid of the human error that can send your team down a total rabbit hole. Next up, step 2 is categorization. And this is so much more than just sticking a label on something. It's about intelligent routing. By setting up automated rules, the second an incident is logged, it gets sent to the exact experts who can solve it. This completely eliminates that chaotic ticket noise, where tickets just bounce from team to team. It gets the right people on the job from the very first second. Step 3, prioritization. This is where you move away from that old squeaky wheel gets the grease model. It's where you separate what feels urgent from what is truly important. You create a system, a matrix, that scores every incident based on its real business impact. How many customers are affected? Is revenue at risk? This data-driven approach guarantees that your most critical problems always jump to the front of the line. And now for the big one, step 4, response and resolution. As you can see, this isn't just one action, it's a whole coordinated process. You start with diagnosis and triage. You escalate to specialists if you need to. You investigate the root cause while, at the same time, working to resolve the issue. And notice how customer communication is a core part of the process. Keeping people in the loop isn't an afterthought. It's absolutely essential for maintaining trust.
And hey, if you need a reason to really nail step 4, this is it. A stunning $2.2 million. That's the average amount of money companies save per data breach when they use AI-driven automated response playbooks. That just goes to show you automation isn't some nice-to-have luxury, it's a core financial strategy. And finally, step 5. This is where you turn that tactical fix into a long-term strategic advantage. A formal post-incident review makes sure you learn from every single event. You update your playbooks, and you hand off those recurring issues to problem management to be solved for good. This right here, this is the engine of continuous improvement. So, we have our framework. But of course, the world doesn't stand still, does it? Let's shift gears now and look at the major disruptions that are already on the horizon, the things that are going to reshape this entire strategy. And the biggest one that, honestly, most executives aren't even thinking about yet, it's a quantum threat. Quantum computing is on a collision course with our current reality, and it's on track to fundamentally break the encryption that protects basically all of our secure data today. And if you're thinking this is some kind of far-off sci-fi problem, just look at this timeline. The U.S. federal government has set a deadline of December 2025 for its agencies to be ready for something called post-quantum cryptography. Let me tell you, when the government sets a deadline that close, it's a massive signal to the entire market that this is happening now. The timeline here is being measured in months, not decades. So what this all means is that there's a clear choice. The organizations that start building quantum readiness into their incident response frameworks today are going to have a massive strategic advantage. And those who wait, they're going to be facing a frantic, high-stakes scramble to overhaul their entire security infrastructure down the road. So let's bring it all home. We've seen how a modern approach to incident management is about so much more than just damage control. It's about forging a strategic weapon that delivers a real, tangible, competitive advantage. This is the new definition of operational excellence. This is what we should all be aiming for. It's a state where your response to a crisis is so good, so effective, that it actually strengthens your business. You're not just fixing a problem, you're actively building customer trust and market confidence right when it matters most. But let's be really clear about something. Understanding all these concepts, that's the easy part. The real challenge, that gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it, well, that's all in the implementation. Real success only comes when you take these frameworks and apply them, day in and day out in your own organization. And so, I'll leave you with one final question to take back to your team. After everything we've talked about today, take a good, honest look at your current approach and ask yourselves, is our incident management plan just another cost center, or is it our next strategic weapon? The choice and the opportunity is all yours.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Check out the next video on this topic, or subscribe to our channel to keep up with our latest explainer videos, live webinars, and other insights into technology solutions.